Four lessons from Exodus 4, 2 to 3. Exodus 4, 2 to 3. God asks Moses, what is that in your hand? Moses tells him it's a staff, and then God tells him to throw the staff on the ground, and the staff becomes a snake. Four lessons. Lesson number one, you might have been holding what God has given you for so long, maybe even your entire life, that you've been taking it for granted and you see it as just a regular common thing that isn't special. And as a result, you failed to see the bounds of potential that God has packed it with. You know, Moses would have had no idea that this staff he'd been carrying this whole time held the key to getting him the audience with the most powerful man in Africa. Lesson number two, to realize the potential in what you've been holding this entire time, you may need to use it in completely the opposite way to how you've been using it this entire time, purely out of obedience to God. Staffs are for standing and for walking. They're most useful when we're holding them, and they're least useful when we let them go. But God told Moses, let the staff go, throw it to the ground. And if Moses hadn't obeyed, the staff wouldn't have become a snake, and he wouldn't have seen the full potential it was carrying. So choose God over conventional wisdom and common sense each and every time. Lesson 3, when God shows you the potential in what you've been holding this entire time, it could scare you. You know, when the staff became a snake, Moses ran from it because he was afraid of the snake. So he was afraid of the potential in what he had been holding and afraid that he didn't have the capability to manage it. But lesson number 4, God is so much greater than the potential you're afraid is too great for you to manage. God told Moses, pick up the snake by the tail, which is the most dangerous way to pick it up because it can still bite you. So again, Moses obeyed God over conventional wisdom when there was a conflict between the two. And in doing so, he got to see how God can manage the greatest challenge, and therefore any challenge that came from the potential of what he was holding. And so if the way in which God is asking you to manage the potential in what you're holding is scaring you, obey anyway so that you can see that God is greater than the danger you're afraid of in the potential you're holding. So